Yo, what is up, guys? Happy Sunday. Even though tomorrow's Monday, happy Sunday. We're going to continue work on these Zaku 2s here. I've watched even more Gundam lore, so I'm catching up. Or at least I'm trying to catch up and absorb the plethora of the lore that there is. And I also finished all of the grey edge highlights minus the dots at the studio, which is really good because now we can focus on doing the green edge highlights. Just need to work out where I was up to. I forgot to paint the little bit behind the leg. Damn it. It is a Zaku. It is a Zaku, Chad. From Gundam Assemble, the trading card game that is going to eventually be a tabletop game. Tell you more, it's coming out next year. If you are lucky enough, you can get a head start on some of the miniatures like I have been. I've got all of the miniatures because I went and bought all the boxes. They came out in a starter box, so you get the full starter deck and the miniatures. Other than that, with the game, I'm not entirely sure. It's going to be played on like a hex map. So I finished one. So I finished Char's. Finished off Char's Zaku 2. They do come with these 50mm round bases, but they are going to play on a hex, like a hex base. Well, I know very little about it, and yeah, so far there's just been like one little teaser trailer. They've shown a few other models, so I'll show you the models. Basically, you get in the Xeon Rush box, you get Char's Zaku, and then you get 2 other Zaku 2s, and then you get a box that is called Heroic Awakenings, which is the gun cannon, the gun tank, shit pose, horrible pose on the gun cannon. I get the nostalgia behind it. Doesn't mean it's not a shit pose. You get the gun tank as well, and then you also get the it's just the GX78. I don't know if it's going to involve the cards, because right now the cards are trading cards though. Like these ones are strictly TCG. And it's not based on the miniatures. They're like, oh, you can put the miniatures on top of the cards if you play them, but they don't have all the miniatures for all the cards, which is also a bit strange. So yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll wait and see. I'm going to get all of the miniatures painted that are out, so all 12, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to try and find someone I can contact and hopefully get early access to the miniatures. It's underwhelming. Well, I don't know. They might have cards. They might have cards to play, but right now it's as far as I know, it's completely separate. You've got the trading card game as one, and then you get the miniatures in the box as well. And you can get the miniatures separate. I've seen them on eBay. Some people are selling the full set of all 12 miniatures. I guess they were just keen on the card game and no miniatures. I'm going to finish off the 2 Zakus, and then I'll work on the Heroic Beginnings box, because that's got some models in it that I'm not too keen on painting, so I'll just get them done. The GX78 will be fun, but the gun cannon and the gun tank not too keen on. However, Tall Geese and the 2 Leos, I am keen on. Full master grade scale, yeah. Well, they're a little bit smaller, and they've only shown a handful of other models. So, Unicorn is going to be one of them. Sananju is going to be another one. I don't know what the other one's called. It's got wings. It's just like quite literally got angelic wings. I don't know which one that one is. I've sort of been trying to catch up with as much Gundam lore as I possibly can. I'm starting at the beginning again. I haven't seen the third-party tall geese. No. No. I've got this little one, though. He's cool. What about this guy? This one's actually really cool. He's going to be a ton of work. I wish he came with the lance. But he doesn't. He comes with the Doba. Comes with the Doba, and then he also comes with 2 Leos. Now they do give you 50 mil bases, but like I was showing yesterday, I think they look better on a 40 mil base because they're a smaller mobile suit. So why would they be on the same base? I'm pretty keen to paint that set. So yeah, I'll do the heroic beginnings for them. Only Instagram links. Only IG links. Nightbot will stop all other links. I mean, you can just send me the link via Instagram. You can check it out that way. But the plan with this is to get all the miniatures I can painted before the game comes out. And then when the game drops, we're going to do some Gundam tabletop battle reports. And we'll have a head start because I'll have a bunch of really well painted miniatures to film them with. Right, let me check this. Is this the third-party tall geese, is it? Yeah, that's sick. Okay, that's cool as shit. That's wicked. Oh, it's got the lance too. That's cool as. Crazy. That's a third party. That's not through Bandai. Self Chimbo, yeah, do it, man. It's cool as shit. Oh, okay. I'm waiting for Ozzy. How did you go? Hopefully good. Hopefully well. I know they're a bit to get used to. Huge difference. Ah, love to hear it, man. Absolutely love to hear it. So glad. Yeah, they made a big difference with my painting. I tell you what though, sometimes like it can be a little bit of a negative because you can see everything and you're like, I need to fix that bit up. Yeah, I thoroughly. You find that when you take photos? Yeah, I did the same, Chad. I took a photo of that Zaku, Char's Zaku, and I was like, oh boy, there's a highlight on the gun that I wasn't happy with. I've fixed it now, but I uploaded it on Instagram and I was like, it's so bad. You were worried about getting new glasses? Yeah, look. Again, I encourage, it doesn't necessarily need to be this type of magnifying glass. It could be something completely different. Like if you don't wear glasses, right? So Marvin's going to do this. If you don't actually wear glasses normally, you could get some that are actual glasses, right? So they're closer to your eyes. I obviously prefer these because I wear glasses as well as these. I don't think I could paint with just these. Maybe I could, I don't know. Let's give it a go. I don't think it'll work. Nah, I'd have to get it even closer. And then I can't read that. Then I can't read the screen. Oh, that's not good. Not good. You haven't been in the hobby for 20 years. You've bummed out not being able to see as well. And yeah, it sucks. I mean, I should have worn glasses more when I was 18, and I just didn't. That makes sense, Chad. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. What was that song? What was that song? No worries, Frozzy. Battletech? Nah, nah. We've got 12 Gundams to paint until they bring out more. So that is the goal. I might not paint all 12 in a row. We might go back to Dominion Zephon and get him finished because I don't think he's actually that far off, to be honest. I've seen the Battletech stuff. We actually had Battletech models for the paint and take at last year's Victorious event that we were part of. And we're again part of this year, but we don't have the Battletech models. And they were very, very popular. You love Battletech more than Gundam? Really? I remember playing, I'm pretty sure I played, I think it would have been the OG Battletech computer game. I was more into Armored Core. I was more into Armored Core because of the video games. When we're talking about like battle suits and stuff. Mech Warrior. Maybe it was Mech Warrior. You like the slow lumbering ones? Yeah. I get what you mean. I very much liked the fast-paced action of Armored Core, and then I tried a few online battles, and I just got demolished. I got demolished. It just was not enjoyable. I'm very interested to see what they do with this tabletop game though, because I was talking to Marvin about it today, and I've said it before on stream. It doesn't make sense to have 3 Zakus versus the gun tank, the gun cannon, and the Gundam, because they would get demolished. You dropped back for siege mode and then dropped right back out. I don't know if too many people are playing it, man. I had one go of siege mode, although I am still very much enjoying Night Rain. I'm not playing it anywhere as much as I was though. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like siege mode maybe took too long. It was a bad timing. Like I said, I was playing a lot of Night Rain when siege mode came out, so I just wasn't even looking forward to siege mode. And look, I understand games, they take as long as they take, right? You'd prefer them to release it bug free than release it too early and have it be shit, but I think it was just timing. Too shallow? Yeah, I mean, I played an absolute ton of it. I had everything unlocked before siege mode. Just, yeah, don't know. In a way, it's good because I've got my painting mojo back. Feels good when I'm like, because look, I've got to the point where I can paint, where and I sort of zone out. I wouldn't say that I'm hating it, but like I'm not enjoying it sometimes, if that makes sense. We've all been there. But it feels good when you enjoy painting, if that makes sense. Of course it does. It makes complete sense. As soon as I say the words. Zaku's looking good. Yeah, I have to do... do you know what I'll do? I'll probably finish doing these primary edge highlights, and then we'll start on the secondary edge highlights on the legs. The fantastic thing about the edge highlights that I'm using for these greens is they're not mixed. They're just straight from the pot. Which also makes me, I can start and stop a model whenever I want. I don't know if you guys feel the same as me. When you mix a paint, you're like, oh shit, I need to make the most of this mix that I've done and try and, paint as much of the model as I possibly could. How I would handle painting a 1 to 100 scale, how big would that be? Is that the Legion? Is that the Legion size models? A Zaku, I think, is 20 meters tall. Pretty sure. Or close to. Maybe 19 meters from the lore videos I've been watching. I don't have a tape measure. This guy would be 50 mil tall. 20 centimeters. Yeah. This guy, this would be 1 to 50, probably. So he'd be half this size. I'd still be able to do it. This guy's he's pretty big. Like, if I could paint this guy, I could paint a Zaku that size, I reckon. Oh yeah, I definitely can't tell the difference. I just prefer, if I've got a mixed color, to just use all of that mixed color, if that makes sense. I'm not overly concerned with matching a mix 100%. Like my Blood Angels have changed over time, and they stand next to each other on the tabletop. Like, it doesn't worry me that much. I just, it feels like a little bit of a hassle mixing the paint sometimes. How I would go handling edge highlighting something bigger, it would just be like a Dreadnought or an Imperial Knight. I was going to do it on the what's his name? What's the sniper's name from 00? That one. Nah, not Zeta. Dynamis. I was gonna do it. But I didn't. Sitting in a cupboard. It's just sitting in a cupboard. One day. Is that music skipping, or is it just on my side, the music skipping? Fran, how we doing? That's fine. Yeah, I think there's still something wrong with my PC, even after getting it serviced. It's something to do with OBS. It just doesn't like it. Maybe it's the version of OBS, potentially. Finally watch a paint session. Welcome back. Judging by the Analyx YouTube feed, seems like the current thing to move into model kits from Games Workshop. You've noticed the number of content creators expand their range. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed that on Instagram. A lot of the guys that were doing Warhammer models got early access to these miniatures. This guy, you probably would have seen this guy a lot, I think. I don't know if too many people were painting it, and there's still people on Instagram painting these models. But my plan, our plan, Battleforge Gaming's plan, is to get them all to this standard, all to the standard of Char here, and play some games and film it. First time you've seen him, it was people like Louise Sudgeon, like Savage Orc guy. Is that what her name is? I think it is Savage Orc guy. Yeah. And Spence Painting. There was a few of them. There was a couple of them. Oh, Gunpla kits. Nah, I'm not doing that. I got one and I was gonna do it. It's, oh, dude, it's so much work. It is so much work. For how I would paint it. For how I would paint it. Prophet, how are we doing, man? Happy Sunday. You're building your first... Yeah, look, I don't know. I guess if I was personally doing it and wanting to do it because it was what I wanted to do, then I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So close to finishing turning on. Are you enjoying it? Like the size and the quantity of edge highlights and stuff. Very much. If only there was one way of having a clip of me saying that Terminators are the most enjoyable model to paint. Stand by it. I stand by it. Second edge highlight time? Yep. Oh no, not just yet. Not just yet. Sat 9, yeah, the chunky boys, the big chunks. All right, now we can start doing the secondary edge highlights. So if you are new to the channel, guys, most of the time I'm painting like an heavy metal inspired technique, which is like a contrasting recess shade over a smooth base coat. You can do a glaze on the lower parts, but I haven't bothered on this guy. And then we add 2 edge highlights usually, unless it's a really light color like white, and then we do 1. So this is the first edge highlight. It's a bit thicker, and then we'll be putting down the thinner secondary after I do this one, and just make sure I've done all of the edge highlights on the legs. Which I think I have now. Then we'll add battle damage at a later step. A simple, small battle damage. Cool. Alright, so Strike and Green was the first edge highlight. And then the secondary edge highlight looks a bit strange when you look at that green, but it's this. I don't think this is called an edge highlight anymore. I think it's just a layer. This was back before they came out. They came out with like a set of new paints. New. They're no longer new. I think they're just called a layer. And then I think we'll be doing a dot highlight with Screaming Skull. I wanted these edge highlights to sort of have the same sort of intensity as my Char model. We're bringing heavy metal to Gundam. It's not thin enough. We need it to flow more. I thinned it too much now, potentially. Yeah, I think so. It's definitely flowing. Up. There's actually a couple of tricky edge highlights. These ones in the legs here. Just because you can go a little bit too far and go into the recess. We don't want to do that. Yo, JC, how you doing? Welcome back, Frozzy. Welcome back, brother. So I've always liked Gundam. It was never like, I feel like maybe Gundam was one of the things that inspired me to get into 40k because my starting army was Tau. So, I mean, we're chatting about it before, Armored Core, all of those games where you have a battle suit, I think might have eventually got me over the line. And early on with my streaming, when we were streaming on TikTok, I'd say that maybe a third of the people that would come in would ask if I'd done Gunpla. Like it was, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, asking about paint schemes or just chatting about Warhammer and stuff, because that's, you know, how I started, just streaming on TikTok. But lots of people asked about Gunpla. And then I was doing a job near a store that just sells Gunpla, and I was like, oh, stuff it, I'll pick one up, because wanted to see if they had my favorite Gundam suit, and they did. So I picked it up, and the plan was to build it. It was a master grade, I think, so pretty detailed. And I started building it, and then from there we ended up doing podcasts. So like leaning into the 40k thing just made more sense, so we did that. Nah, 6th edition, dude. I got in 6th edition. I started relatively late for my age. So yeah, I never got my little fix of trying heavy metal on a Gundam. So when the trading card game came out, which has these in it, which are going to be the future models for the tabletop game, I was like, I'm going to get some. Oh, look, I wouldn't be able to tell you, Chad. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't think it's huge. I don't think Gunpla's huge. And if it's anything to go off like stores, so like a lot of hobby stores will sell a few Gundam models, but I would say that there's probably nearby, and I use nearby loosely, within a 45-minute drive of me, there's one store in Hawthorne that's like half an hour away, and then there would be definitely one in the CBD somewhere, but I don't know if it's that big. There'd be like niche people where it's really popular with a handful of people, but overall I don't think it would be that large. Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about yesterday, there was a guy that who's come in and stream a couple of times who's a Gunpla enthusiast, Hoon, and he was just saying that in the West they're just horrible with their advertising because it's a smaller market. And I think it's the flip side where for like 40k and stuff in the East. So there's only one toy store. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's massive in Oz. But you never know what happens, right? All it takes is for this tabletop game to kick off a little bit and get some interest from the people that, you know, are playing any form of tabletop, and it might kick things off. Yeah, exactly, Chad. Exactly. I mean, Gundam kits are crazy. I'd be very inclined to want to paint them all though, that I get, so that would just slow down the building and the purchasing. You knew Gundam before you knew 40k? Yeah, well, Gundam, the original series I think was 1978. I think it came out when Star Wars came out, the original Star Wars. Oh, it's dude. The kits are crazy. Like I love them. I think they're great. And I've got one which I will end up building, but I don't know. I suppose if the streaming life ever became a full-time gig and we kept on creating content, I would maybe have a hobby, like I mean, I've got a hobby room now, but you know, if it was my own place, I'd have a hobby room set up and have a few Gunpla kits. Because they are cool for just, you know, display. Half an hour, guys, we will do the live stream community showcase. If you don't know what that is, basically there is a thread named exactly just that in our Discord. And if you are currently watching the stream right now, I encourage you to upload some of your hobby work. Doesn't have to be Gundam, doesn't have to be 40k, it could be something else. And then we will show it on stream. Also, to answer your question way earlier, Frizzy, the Gundam stuff, like, I'm still going to be painting 40k. I've got 12 models to paint for Gundam, and I feel like they're going to take approximately a week each. Except for a couple of the kits. I think Tolgeese might take longer, and I think the ones from the seed box will probably take longer as well. Just because they are a bit more detailed. Like the edge highlights on this guy compared to the edge highlights on this guy. Just a few more. All right, now I think sounds a bit weird, but I think that Screaming Skull is going to be the dot edge highlight. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be bright enough. We'll see. Wraithbone. In. Yep. Wraithbone it is. Yeah, the new wolves are phenomenal. Did you pick up the model of the month, Frizy? The Blood Claw? Model of the month at Games Workshop is a Blood Claw model, Space Wolf model. They give you a model. You get a free model. I always purchase. I purchase paints when I go in because I feel weird just going in asking for a model. Yeah, provided they've still got some. But I got one on Saturday. They normally get you to build them in store. I'm friends with the store manager at my local. And he knows I'm a pretty stand-up guy, so he just gives me the sprue. This is gonna be sick. These are gonna be so cool. These Zaku. It's gonna take a bit to edge highlight them, but they're gonna be cool as shit. Just keeping them plain black. Legit. I'm being legit too. I just sprayed it with Chaos Black and then Tamiya matte varnish. They're quite literally just staying like this. I was talking to Marvin about it today. There's so many different areas that mobile suits can battle on Dead to Me. Bro, they can fight in space. How do you represent space? Tell me that. Especially the Zakus and the Gundams. I think it's fine. That's what the Gundam community does. And do you know what? These aren't even the bases they go on. Nah, no Blackstone Fortress. Nah. When we're doing the battle reports, I'm just gonna have some laser cut clear acrylic hexes. Fucking speckle, no way, dude. That'll look disgusting. Ain't no way. It's staying plain black. You rate the bare bases. Look, like when you see people doing gunplay, that's the base that they come on, right? And like I said, that's not even the base that you play with the tabletop. They've got their hexagon maps, and we're gonna have a laser cut base for the hexagon map, so that I didn't do the edge highlights in this one, so that the map just shows underneath. And I actually thought about it long and hard. I was like, what bases am I going to do for these? And I was like thinking, Mechanicum style base would be pretty cool. Or like Sector Mechanicus. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going with straight black. Definitely not a Warhammer type of thing, but nah, no dioramas here. When have you ever seen me do a diorama? Even my even my bases are super simple. I like the model to shine. What makes a model shine more than a matte black base? Probably nothing. Once? Yeah, I did it once. But that was an actual diorama. I did once. Pushing my comfort zone? Sit right in that comfort zone and just get better at it. Nah, she didn't want a second day. I knew it. She just wanted a dinner. It was some frustrating texting. Why don't people just say what they want? Why don't people just say what they want? Dude, I left a day. I was like, I'm not going to message a day after. So I left a day and I was like, yo, that date was sick. I'll be down to catch up again. And then she completely ignored that question and just started chatting about her day. And she was like, how was your day? And like, I fucking hate that. And I was like, yeah, just a regular day. I'm like, so you're not keen on a second date? And she's like, no, not really. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's fine. Just say that. Don't waste my time. I'm not there to waste your time. Don't waste mine. Bro, I don't need more friends. I got a ton of friends. Like, that sounds arrogant, but I got a heap of friends. I'm not on a dating app to try and find more friends to hang out with. I can do that in the hobby. You got a free dinner yesterday for 150 hours of painting Van Sar. Mate, you should get a fucking month's worth of dinners. You should get a month's worth of dinners. She ignored, yeah. I mean, I just straight up, I prefer meeting people in person than chatting to them. But I've been on dating apps for so long. Like, I hate going through the whole same talking stage again. I get, you obviously want to make someone feel comfortable to meet up, and that's fine. I'll try and get to that point, but other than that, get to know me in person. Just, they're all fucking nuts, Chad. That's the thing. That's the thing, dude. It's the kicker. Just might not seem like it at the start. A Night Lord Terminator? Where are you getting a Night Lord Terminator from? I've already painted a Night Lord, Harvey. Look. And it was cool as shit. Where do I point? Down this way. There. I should have got better photos. Shit, I should have got better photos. Yeah. A Pain of Night Lord. That's better than one in Terminator suit. What does DJ Khaled say? Nah, not another one. What does he say? I got a cappuccino. It's like Al Pacino. And that time he was like dressed like a tennis ball. That type of shit. Or what was that other saying he said? Damn, I can't remember it. He's got some good ones though. Oh, he makes a putt. He makes a putt playing golf and just says Gatorade. What about that one? You're going to have to get used to Gundam for, I don't know, a little bit. Just a little bit. I must strike while the iron is hot. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, this. I think this has, being 100% sincere, I think this has a chance to help Battleforge Gaming a heap. And also, I am painting a lot off stream with these two. I painted a lot yesterday and I painted a lot today, so it's not like it's all on the stream painting, which means it should go even faster. I just have to apologize in advance for when I'm painting Gun Cannon and his ground obsession. His obsession with the ground. Kai loves the ground. That guy. Kai, that guy loves the ground. Just make the model stand up for the... I don't give a shit about nostalgia. The root rat, yeah, the mound pounder. At least the Zaku models are cool. I just want Ramba Rai's goof model because I I want to do battle reports, and I just want to have that clip. I just want to have that clip with Rambarai. This is no Zaku 2, boy. Are you down for an expedition or two later, Avi? Marvin said he will be around, but it won't be. Definitely won't be for the first expedition. Is that a 30th? Who has a 30th on a Sunday night? Yeah, sure. Don't sound too keen. Yep. I didn't celebrate mine either. I didn't celebrate my 40th either. Didn't celebrate my 30th or 40th. Oh, no, wait. I think we spoke about this. So, like, after my 21st, I didn't really celebrate any birthdays. Like, my parents would. Like, they'd be like, oh, let's go out for dinner and that type of stuff. And for our 40th, our mum's like, yep, let's go out to dinner to the pub. And I don't know why she does this. She did it for my nephew's 18th as well. She invited her next door neighbors. Like, what? Yeah, this needs to be shifted. The neighbors, yeah, because she's friends with the neighbors, but it's just like I'm not friends with your neighbors. I don't know my neighbors, dude. There's the ones currently to the right of me that I wave at, and the ones that are across the road. I'm friendly with them. I wave and I say hi. Don't know their names at all. And then there's the ones to the left, and they're a bit feral. I don't talk to them at all. I actually tried one time when I got some trees cut down on the property. And the guys that were cutting the trees down recommended that I chatted to the people next door about cutting the trees down. I went there. They were home. I knocked on their door. They didn't fucking answer it. Like, how weird is that? They didn't answer their door. So I just told the guys to cut the trees down. I was like, I can do it. All right, let's jump into the Discord. We'll see what you guys have been working on, and then we'll paint for a little bit longer. Oh, dude. Need to work my back out more, eh? Help his posture. Got a couple of uploads. We got a couple, which is good. We've got a near finished Terminator from Profit. Super clean as always. How good does that look? Ultramarine Terminators are just so cool. The white helmet, love it. And then the Sergeant with the red helmet and the white stripe. Dude, they look so cool. Phenomenal work by Profit, as always. And we've got Stork. It's not your loyal Marine. You can't trick me, my guy. Because it's an Alpha Legion. Cool idea though. I do like that idea. Did you actually have fun with the checkers on the fist? And then Van Sar for the, I don't know what his name is. Is it Gun Tech? Org Tech? Something Tech. Something Tech. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, guys, this is where we do the daily live stream showcase. So jump on our Discord, use command Discord, and then upload pics and we show them off every night. But make sure you're on stream. Yeah, the guy with the long las. For long las. You actually did enjoy it. There you go. Like the green, it took me a bit to get the recipe. Took me a little bit to get the recipe. I was obviously set on the base. The base was Lauren green. But then, yeah, striking green worked really good for the primary. The secondary is almost, well, it is a khaki. That's the secondary edge highlight. And the dot's Wraithbone. So trying to visualize like anime artwork or cartoons or any of that type of stuff and then translate it into an heavy metal paint style isn't always super easy. But I'm happy with what I've done here. I was happy with Char's colors. There's obviously going to be a few colors which I'll be able to do pretty easy, like the red. When I do gun cannon, I'll be able to do the red pretty easy. I'm pretty set on my white recipe. I'll be good with a lot of the blues. But yeah, these, I haven't painted too many sort of military greens. Not that this is overly military green. It's more pastel-y. It's down the little net. It's down the little net route. And I also wanted it to complement this. So like I wanted the edge highlights to be sort of that same intensity, if that makes sense. Oh, excuse me. Heavy metal pastel. I don't know if it's the new thing, but I think it was definitely required for these models. That is for sure. There's a few pink and purple suits and like lavender suits, mobile suits that I'm hoping come out. I'm pretty keen to paint them up. Like Angelo Salper's gear up is one I want to paint. I'm pretty excited for Sananju too. That one's going to be really cool. That is just like red, black, and gold, but that is going to be that's going to be a wicked suit. And they've already teased it in a video, so it is definitely going to be one of the models. Might have to get the airbrush out when I paint the unicorn Gundam, because it has the glow from the splits in the armor. So I might have to use an airbrush for that, maybe. Said dude. painting Emperor's children right now, which are like just standard Emperor's children. Jojo, you do not like the white background it has. You just want the black fist. Just put the transfer on and paint around it, bro. Or like cut the decal out so it's just got the white around it, and then paint over the top of it. Heresy colors, purple and silver. Like like Heresy Emperor's Children? Or are we talking the new miniatures? I was just thinking 40k. You are painting, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. Very cool. I mean, the Heresy colors are fantastic. Dude, I paint over transfers all the time. Paint over transfers all the time. cool. On that note, actually, we are going to finish up there, guys. We actually got a heap done. We got all of the edge highlights done on 2 legs, which is a heap. So I think tomorrow we will continue with this same. We'll continue with this same Zaku. We'll do this shoulder, this head, and his arm. I feel like I'll probably get them done faster than these. I think they've got less highlights on them. So we might even start on this darker green color here. Anyway, if you are new to the stream, it starts around about 2 hours ago, if that makes sense. Wind your clock back 2 hours. That's when the stream starts. Enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your night. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.